All right, well, welcome back, and thanks for watching the Cypress Sports Show, brought to you by Coach's Corner, your go-to spot before and after the game. I'm Jeff Russell here with Mark Slevcove. Today, we're going to check in again with Coach Crooks on our semifinal opponent, Newport Harbor, and talk to some more athletes and staff members in our segment, How Well Do You Know? Coach, we've had some good success with How Well Do You Know? It seems like people are kind of catching on to it, grooving a little bit. They watch it on the announcements. Kind of seems pretty enjoyable.
I think it's sneaky good.
Yeah. We should keep doing it.
We should keep doing it. Yeah, it's been fun. Mr. Delgado's showing it. Students are liking it in class. It's a good time.
Yeah. Well, all right. Coach, we thought we'd look back. The game against Highland was obviously exciting. Last week's game, crazy good excitement. I mean, talk about the end of the game. We fumble the ball late. You're thinking, oh no, what's going to go on now? And then we cause a fumble to get it right back. And now the time's just like 4 or so minutes left. We go down, we get some big catches on the drive by Monteleone, by Morrell, move it all the way down the field with 4 seconds left. I mean, this is it, coming down to the last play. Boom, we get the game winner. Unbelievable. Let's take a look at it.
It's Trevor. Got to just chuck it in the corner.
Well, man, I tell you, it looks like the play didn't quite happen like we originally thought, but Aiden Houston and Blake Cusimano again making a huge play. Cusimano getting open, catching the ball for the game-tying touchdown. And then with the game on the line, Coach Feldman goes for 2 to win it. I know we're going to talk to Coach Crooks later about that. Teams usually do that, right? If you're the visiting team, you're going to go for 2 to try to win. If you're the home team, maybe you go for the 1 and tie and see how it plays out in overtime. Obviously, it played out well for us, but is that pretty common?
Yeah, that's pretty standard. If you're at home, you go for the tie. You got the crowd behind you. You got the home field advantage. And when you're on the road, sometimes you just got to go for the win. And we were fortunate to score there. And I don't think Coach Feldman wanted to deal anymore with Milliken. Wanted to get it done with.
Yeah, for sure. And no matter what anybody says, that 2-point conversion counted, and we're moving on to that semifinal game this Friday night. Coach, I know we got a couple other things, including some winter stuff, so give us that quick update.
All right. Well, fall sports finishing up. Unreal football game. That final drive was so fun to watch. Congratulations to the boys. Cusimano, Coach Feldman, 2-point conversion. Pure joy, pure excitement as we came away with the victory. You could see it on everyone's face. The team runs off the sideline. The coaches are running around, hugging each other. It was pretty special. Other fall sports are finishing up. Boys cross country team competed in the CIF Division I prelims last Saturday at Mount Sac. Raymond Rodriguez finished 16 in his heat at 16-14, and the team placed 10th in their heat. While it wasn't good enough to advance to the CIF finals, we congratulate the boys on a solid and productive season. These guys put in a lot of time. They put in a lot of miles. They put a lot of aches and pains, put their body through a lot of aches and pains while pounding the streets of Cypress. So they'll continue to train and get ready for track season. In girls golf, Kristen Legaspi played Brookside Golf Course last Thursday in the CIF SCGA SoCal Regional Championships. She shot an impressive plus 173, which put her in the top 10 of 120 girls and qualified for the state championships taking place. When you watch this, it will have already happened on Wednesday at the San Gabriel Country Club. So best of luck to Kristen as she competes in the CIF state finals.
Hey, we know some are still going on in CIF. Things are going. We're getting the winter started, right? We have some games coming up. We've heard some good stuff over the summer and the fall, teams competing. What do we have for winter sports outlook? What teams, maybe some people don't know, what teams are in that winter schedule that participate in winter? And then what kind of an outlook do we have based on how we did last year?
Yeah, winter season is a busy time. We got basketball, we got soccer, we got boys and girls wrestling, and we got girls water polo. Our boys basketball team last year was 7-3, second place in league, made it to the second round of the playoffs. They had an amazing, exciting win over Mayfair in the first round of the playoffs. And we return a stud first-team All-Leaguer, junior Jonah Kim. We got some other returners. Michael Wright's going to be eligible the middle of the year, and he's supposed to be a stud. He's been a stud in the summer and the fall. So looking forward to a great boys basketball season. Girls basketball too. 8-2 last year, second place in league, second round of the playoffs. We returned 4 all-league performers, including Maya Collins, who was first-team all-league and fourth-team all-county. Bella Caceres, first-team all-league. Vanessa Gonzalez, Lauren Nakayama were also all-league performers. So we got a lot coming back on girls basketball. Boys soccer made the playoffs last year. It's been a few years since they made the playoffs. Third place in league, lost in the wild card match. And now we got a new coach, Michael Mora, Coach Freddie's brother, who's taken over and hopefully continuing to improve the program. We got a couple all-league performers returning. Nathan Veloz, Jaden Roberts were all Empire League last year. Girls soccer, we'll see what Coach Nicole and Coach Chrissy can get done this year. 9-0-1 last year, league champions, second round of the playoffs. Big senior class last year. I think it was 8 or 9 all-league members, all seniors last year, including Anaya League, Haley Havokin, 6 other players. We're going to reload or rebuild? That's a question to come. Girls water polo, we've had a great run. 4-0 league champions last year. First ever semifinal appearance. We lost 3-time league MVP Layla Agusa to graduation, but we still returned junior first teamer Jasmine Lopez, so they have been training and getting ready, hopefully defend their crown in the pool. And our wrestling program, boys and girls wrestling, we got big numbers on the boys side. Girls numbers are growing. Boys had a great year last year, 4-0 league champion, third league championship in a row. 14 kids qualified for CIF. I think 8 or 9 of them were league champions. Girls were 3-0 in league. They were league champion as well. Vita Bakel, CIF champion in the 160-pound tournament last year. She returns for her senior year as well. And there's CIF cheer, of course. Can't forget CIF competition cheer. 3-time CIF champ in Division III. Last year, that was a co-ed Division III championship. And this year, we're moving up to Division II competition, which allows different techniques. So we will see if we can defend our 3-time championships.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see. I know they're working hard every day. Getting ready for it. So, all right, well, this week, Friday, going to be a great battle between 2 really good teams. But before we get to talking to Coach Crooks and get us up to speed on Newport Harbor, our opponent, let's check in with some athletes and staff in our Subs and Grubs segment. How well do you know Thanksgiving and football? Here's what they had to say.
All right, here we go. Back by popular demand, Trevor Monteleone, Rocco Burdette, junior linebacker. Zoe Henson, going to University of Washington, so she's really smart. Coach Tweed and Coach Dole. How well do you know sports and Thanksgiving, Trevor? Here we go. Turkey trot or turkey bowl on Thanksgiving morning?
Turkey bowl.
Turkey bowl.
Turkey bowl?
Ooh, turkey trot, no doubt.
Oh, turkey bowl.
Favorite dish on Thanksgiving Day?
Turkey.
Turkey stuffed and mashed potatoes is the best.
Turkey?
All of them.
The turkey.
Starting with the easy stuff. Apple pie or pumpkin pie?
Pumpkin pie.
Apple pie.
Neither.
Ooh, what is it then?
I don't like
Dessert?
pie.
No dessert?
Gee, come on, man, really? Apple pie. It's America, right?
Pumpkin pie.
All right, will you spend more time online shopping or watching football on Thanksgiving?
Football. Watching football.
Watching football on Thanksgiving Day.
Definitely online shopping.
Oh, definitely the foosball.
Oh, definitely watching football. Yeah.
What 2 NFL teams always play on Thanksgiving?
I would have to say, isn't it Chiefs and I think Baltimore Ravens, I think.
Ooh.
Cowboys and Lions.
Woo!
Is the 49ers a team?
That is a team, yeah.
Okay. And the Chargers.
Good.
The Saints. I don't think two teams play at the same time. I don't think it's the same team every year.
Detroit Lions and Chicago Bears.
When did playing football on Thanksgiving begin? When did that tradition start?
I don't know.
Was it college or pro?
Pro?
How long ago?
I'm gonna say about 1970.
Was it college or pro?
College. I was in college.
When was football invented?
You think it was college or pro?
Probably college.
Should have been since the dawn of time, but I'm assuming probably in the last 50 years.
College or pro first?
College.
1938?
College or pro?
College.
Who's the first president to pardon a turkey?
Pick a president.
Abraham Lincoln. Let's just go with that.
Choose any president.
Lincoln.
Okay, good.
George Washington.
Ooh, let's go Eisenhower.
First president to pardon a turkey. Theodore Roosevelt?
All right, you should know this one. Which famous broadcaster made the turducken? You know, the turkey, the duck, the chicken,
Yes.
popular.
No.
The what?
The turducken.
What's a turducken?
A turkey, duck, and chicken. A turducken.
Okay, what's the question?
Madden. John Madden.
Video is it a video game? Wait, is
What famous broadcaster? What's your favorite football video game?
Retro Bull? No. Madden.
Boom.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know any broadcasters.
Ooh, Madden.
John Madden.
This is a turducken right here, where we got, you know what a turducken is? A turducken, this thing here is a deboned duck stuffed in a deboned chicken, stuffed in a deboned turkey.
All right, well, thanks to Subs and Grubs for sponsoring our segment, How Well Do You Know? Coach, there's a lot of stuff for us to be thankful for here at Cypress, thankful for our students, the staff, community, awesome stuff, and we really appreciate everything that people do for us, and we're very thankful for all of you in our community. With that, we are also very thankful to have Coach Crooks here, very lucky to have him as well. Coach, we're back again. A lot of stuff here this week. Let's look back to last week a little bit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Pretty incredible game. Unreal, really, to think about all the things that played into that ending. Give us some insight into what the coaches go through. I mean, we talk a lot about the game and these things, but what's going through the coaches' minds in those final minutes in a game like that? How are you guys communicating? What's going on the sideline in those final couple minutes?
Well, a lot goes into it. So especially from like a defensive side, right? So we've got to see, okay, if our offense scores, how much time's left on the game? What about personnel? Who's going to go in? What changes are we going to make? Are we going to put in somebody different at corner, somebody different at safety? You know, are we going to just have our dime personnel in? You know, so all that stuff goes in the back. Who's hurt? Who's injured? You know, so then we're looking at, you know, who's going to fit in those places. So a lot of communication still goes on in that whole time, hoping the offense pulls through and does things. And then we got to look at how many timeouts they got. Then, you know, who's available, get that in and say, okay, if it goes, this is what we're going with. So those are the things that happens. And luckily time ran out and we won it how we won it, which is incredible. I mean, it's still surreal, like what happened and how it all played out. But man, it's awesome.
Yeah, moving the ball down. We get that last second score, right, with no time left. Any doubt going for two in a situation like that? I know a lot of times, coaches will say if you're on the road, you're going for two. If you're at home, maybe you go for the tie in overtime. Any doubt?
No doubt. We knew we were going for two. We knew that basically we had enough in the tank to get it done at that point, and then we didn't want to give them any more momentum to take over at that point. It's at their house. We got a little momentum at this point. Let's just go win it.
Very cool. Another solid week defensively as well. How does this team we're playing now, Newport Harbor, compare to the first two games that we've had in the playoffs with Highland and Milliken?
It doesn't get any easier. I mean, it's another battle for us that is great quarterback, great receivers, great offensive line. I mean, everything, it just doesn't get easier. I mean, that's just the playoffs. So we're in the semis. We're happy about it. But they're like us. They run a lot of similar sets that we do. Their personnel is kind of like us. So it's kind of like facing each other this week, So, we'll just, see how it goes. And just a lot of similarities. Like two great receivers in Cashton and Josiah, both almost 1,000-yard rushers. Colton, their quarterback, he's also been a guy that we faced at San Juan Hills before he's transferred to Newport. So Coach Lofthouse has done a great job with this program. They won the CIF last year, I think Division 6, so they're used to being in the semis. We're used to being in the semis. So it's going to be a good competitive game. And it's local to Orange County teams, so we don't have to drive an hour or two to face somebody in our division. It's just local. It's great.
You mentioned their quarterback, Colton Joseph. He's got 2,500 plus yards passing, 355 yards rushing. Is he similar to last week's quarterback at Milliken? Is he as good? Has he got more shake and bake in him?
He's definitely got some more shake and bake in him. He's got more of a he's committed to Air Force, so he's that triple threat option kid. So we got to honor that and prepare for that. And he throws the ball well. He puts it in the right spots, and he has two guys that will go for it and make plays for him.
Yeah, those two receivers, Cashton Henjum, over 1,000 yards. Josiah Lamarck, I believe, around 750 plus yards. Two really good receivers. How do we match up on the defensive back end in covering them?
Well, we're, again, prepare for them like we did last week. Milliken had 4 good receivers, right? But these 2 receivers are just as great, make just as good as plays. So we got to be able to, read our keys and bracket in certain situations that we need to. Obviously, know down and distance, what kind of route's going to happen. So that's one thing we look back at film for us this week is, down and distance, corners, you got to get your different depths, yardage and stuff to be at so you defend. So we'll go back to what we normally do and scheme against it and put a good game plan against it and, hopefully take care of business.
How do you think we held up last week against Milliken's 4-star receivers, guys with D1 offers? I know Jesse Malden got injured early in the game. What's his status, and what's our scheme going to be this week against their guys?
Jesse should be back. When he was in, he did a good job covering their guy, number 1. But I think overall, it just comes down to our technique and some of the things that we did wrong. We didn't turn man and we turned zone, coverage-wise. So just those things, the communication kind of lacked. But I think overall, Milliken was very good. Milliken was very talented. The guys they have now that we're facing, Newport, right? So they're just as talented, and they execute. So it's one thing we just have to maintain and scheme for and make sure it happens.
Now they got the quarterback, the 2 receivers. Who might be a surprise on their team that maybe we should look out for? Possibly the running back, Peyton Irving, or is there another guy that maybe might be a surprise kid that we're like, shoot, this guy's really good?
Tommy Robinson also does a good job. He's their slot receiver. He also plays a little bit of H for them as well. You also mentioned their tight end John Pena does a good job blocking. But definitely you have Peyton Irving as a very good downhill runner. So he's going to be tough to tackle. So that's one guy we're looking at too as well to focus on.
How about defensively for them? What do they run, and how are we going to spread the ball around, keep them on their toes? Are we going to wait until the last second to get Cusimano the ball, or are we going to do that a little bit earlier this time?
No, I hope not. I hope we put it away early, right? So they do a good job. They run a TNT, little bear front, a lot of man. So the offensive staff's got some good plans up in their sleeve. So we'll see what happens, and we're excited about it.
So they play in a really tough league. Every single game that they play is tough, and sometimes that can really help you when you get to the playoffs. And if we haven't been in a lot of tough games, sometimes that can play against us, right? We've had 2 nail biters, but they've had all those games that have been tough. Does that help them, or is it kind of even now that we've had those couple close ones?
Well, it could hurt. It could help them in stepping up to the level of competition, or it can hurt them by basically saying we're getting injured, we're banged up and stuff. So I think they're in the right mind and the right mindset for where they're going right now. Obviously, being in the semis. I mean, they played La Salle. La Salle's in the semis, Division 1. Right, Corona Del Mar's in the semis for Division 3. Right, you had Edison lose to Orange Lutheran by 1 point. Right, in Division 1 or 2 or something like that. So they're a 4th place team, but really, are they a 4th place team with the competition that they've faced? Right. So you got to give them the respect in that aspect of it. But then again, us as well. We've had challenging schedule too as well. And the last 2 games have versus semifinal teams. In both rounds. So level of competition, is good. It's just it's going to be a good semifinal game, especially being at home.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, thanks for being on, giving us some stuff to think about as we get ready for this Friday's semifinal showdown. You guys don't want to miss this game. The game's at Handel Stadium. It's going to be a great crowd based on the ticket sales so far. Stadium's going to open at 5:30, so get there early, grab a burger from the barbecue truck, and get in your seat and ready to rock and roll. Thanks again to sponsor Subs and Grubs, Coach's Corner for sponsoring the show. Get over there. Get a sandwich from Subs and Grubs at lunchtime, over to Coach's Corner before and after the game, and let's celebrate another victory. Thanks again for watching. Look out for a possible show next week. I know we're on break, but we may squeeze one in. But if we don't and we miss you, we hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving break, and we'll see you back here on campus when we return. Thanks for watching.